What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another market watch today. Now, normally I do my market watches a lot earlier in the day, and unfortunately, I kind of overslept. It's a mixture of oversleeping and not sleeping. If you guys don't know, I actually do have a problem sleeping at nighttime. It's just something that happens, and sometimes I wake up like 4 in the morning, and how I start my day. Sometimes I wake up at 2 in the afternoon, and that's how I start my day. I'm actually trying to work on those problems. It's been something that's been a problem with me for a very long while, and I'm just trying to get through. But nevertheless, even if I'm sleeping, and even if I'm awake, if you're sleeping, you're awake, the market never sleeps. Cards are always being bought constantly, being bought and sold, and being just thrown around all over the place. In fact, last night I was up buying Pokemon cards for my deck, and watching their market and seeing how their market is slowly, not as fast as our market, because ours is a super speed highway fast, but their market is slowly starting to speed up as well. Magic Gathering market also is trying to be moving as well, but that's a whole different video for a whole different topic about different markets, Pokemon, Magic Gathering, and Yu-Gi-Oh! But specifically looking at today's market watch, let's talk about Ultimate Rares. I mean, not just like regular Ultimate Rares, but Ultimate Rares and how weird they really are. And the reason why I want to look at these Ultimate Rares is, and I think you should be interested in these as well, is because Ultimate Rares could one day be $5, and then blink, you blink, and it's like $150 for an Ultimate Rare. And these aren't cards that can be easily restocked into the market. These are cards that are going to maintain a high price, and for the most part, not really change or shift down, only up, because of the limited quantity of these cards. Cards that have been around for a while, like Cyber Dragon, coming out of Cybernetic Revolution. Cyber Dragon having a $150 market price for the Ultimate Rare Cyber Dragon, by the way. And then when we look at it over here, well, on page 1, there's just none. When you go over here and look over at page 2, Lightly Played Unlimited, $175. See the difference already? Immediately difference from Unlimited. First edition versions of the cards gonna run you $270. And after those two are gone, it's $300 for a first edition Cyber Dragon Ultimate Rare. That's the variance of the prices on the market. Sometimes I agree. I think Cyber Dragon definitely should be an expensive card. It came in a Cybernetic Revolution. You know how old that was? It's very old. In fact, common question of the day. What Ultimate Rare cards are you holding? And are you going to continue to hold them? Are you ever going to sell them? Or are you just going to add them to your collection? You don't have to be a dedicated hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh collector in order to have a nice Yu-Gi-Oh collection. You have an old binder. You just double sleeve these cards. I recommend putting a Yu-Gi-Oh sleeve, card in Yu-Gi-Oh sleeve one way, and then putting a Magic Gathering sleeve the other way, or standard sleeve they call them. Push up the air, and you can put them in a binder. Or what I've basically been doing lately is been putting them in deck boxes, just to get as much air out of there. The reason why you want to get air out of some of these cards, if you care about collecting cards, is because air just eats away at the cardboard. In fact, I'm pretty sure everyone that's been playing for a while has seen a fresh box of 800 count BCW bulk of a new set, and it's nice and clean. And then you look at older sets, and it looks like someone smoked cigarettes and just blew smoke at them. They're just like dank yellow. Well, that's because air has gotten to those cards, and since air has gotten to those cards, it is really just ate away at that texture, I guess you could say, of the cards. And that's what's happening. That's why you want to get as much air out of these cards if you're looking to collect. Ideally, you always want them sealed if you can't get them sealed in certain cases. Like, I think Dark Paladin, it's a promo and it's sealed. That's ideal because air will definitely never get in there for the most part. But yeah, the double sleeving them, throw them in a deck box, throw them in a binder is probably the best way. Please make sure to keep it in a nice area where it's not going to get too hot or too cold, because that can also mess with the cards. By the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to comment down below and subscribe. Comment down below and then subscribe. And also, guys, if you want to support the channel, click on my TCG player link. I greatly appreciate if you do. And yeah, on to the rest of the cards. Cards like Ultimate Insect Level 7, only $12.50 in the market. See right there? Only $12.50. Originally coming out of Lost Millennium, the actual price of the card is about $35. And then it jumps again. At $35, the next listing is actually at $45 for Ultimate Insect Level 7. See, when I talk about Ultimate Rares, I don't just talk about like cards like Cyber Dragon, which are Ultimate Rares that you go, oh, obviously the Cyber Dragon's a money card. Obviously, it's the highest version of the card that can technically still see some play, or has seen some play depending on your point of view. Sure, Ultimate Insect Level 7 sees zero play, besides that one locals in like Nebraska or maybe a regionals, but like anywhere else it sees no play. But somehow Ultimate Insect Level 7 is going up in value. Well, why? Because it's expensive and it's hard to find. And if someone bought it out, what can you do to replace it? Do you have 20 Ultimate Insect Level 7s to balance that market? Probably not. Moving forward, Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman Ultimate Rare obviously is a valuable card. With a $78 market price, when it actually is roughly around $339. And that's for the Lightly Played First Edition. You want a near mint one? $500 for one card. This card, I think at this point it's fair to say, is a collector's card. Yes, there's hero players holding this card. I 100% can see that. I have one myself. But it's also a collector's card. Collectors want to have these cards because they're hard to find. The collectors, I feel like, over the past year, have moved to regular Yu-Gi-Oh collection to GX era collection. And end of the video, we're gonna talk about and speculate when collectors finally move into the 5Ds era. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's inevitable, being the fact that we're seeing a lot of GX era cards go up in value. Another card is Yuria, Lord of Searing Flames. Now, all these kind of cards, Yuria, Hamon, Raviel, all these cards, Ultimate Rare, have always been money. They've never not been money, but they just increased. With a $195 market price on Yuria, Lord of Searing Flames, Ultimate Rare, there's only one listing for $500. That's it. And before you go, V, I could go on eBay and I could look at these prices up and get them cheap on eBay. Yeah, you absolutely can. But eBay's sporadic. It's the reason why I use TCG Play to talk about my prices. I would love to use eBay if eBay had a better system for holding card value. They don't. The value's very sporadic, and at times you might be able to find one of these at a deal for a little discount price of $194. But realistically speaking, a stabilized market, at the best one we have currently right now, it's definitely TCG Player. No doubt in my mind. Elemental Hero Flare Neos was $8 in the market price. Coming out of Power of the Duels, Ultimate Rare version of those cards are currently unlimited, going for $80. You want a first edition version? No big deal. $150 for these cards. Now, going back to cards I actually see, once again, more meta play, Pot of Avarice. Now, right now, it sees zero meta play because, it's banned. But it only came off the ban list. What if October rolled around, and this is one of the cards that came off the ban list? I think this is a great contender to come off the ban list. Wouldn't you agree? And if it came off the ban list, what would happen to Pot of Avarice Ultimate Rare from Elemental Energy? Well, the card has a $30 market price. Fun fact, it's not $30. Looking at Pot of Avarice Ultimate Rare, you get a lightly played first edition version of this card for roughly around $75. $75 can get you one Pot of Avarice Ultimate Rare. Now, realistically speaking, if you want to grab a card that has a good chance to come up the ban list, besides the fact that this is a great card for that, I would recommend you you just bite the bullet. Because the minute this card gets announced to come off the ban list, it's not going to be $75. It's going to hit some really dumb numbers. Will it go back down to $75? Yeah, probably even lower, to be honest with you. Everyone right now, besides you, that might be looking onto holding on to this card, everyone else might be holding onto the card thinking the same thing. It's going to come off the ban list. I'm just going to hold on to it. Got that 30. I got that 40. I got that 60. So everyone's holding onto the card. And if it comes off the ban list and doesn't see as much play, it will go down in value. It might even go down lower than 75. Very shortly, though, and very rarely that would happen, but it absolutely can happen. Also, looking at Neospatial Aqua Dolphin, another card with an $18 price point. Yeah, we know it's not that. It's roughly around $81 for Ultimate Rare Aqua Dolphin. Another card I think that people aren't really looking at right now, Ultimate Rare wise. I was going to do a whole mark watch based on Ultimate Rare you're not looking at. I might do it moving on in the future. But Banshee of the Radiance Ultimate Rare from Enemy of Justice has a $14 valuation on the card. Well, looking at page 1, you can't really find any, but when you go to page 2, you can find some lightly plays for like $10. And a first edition version of the card, lightly played, that's going to run you around $13 for a Banisher of the Radiance. This card's not expensive. This card has seen play in the past, and I don't know if it will see play in the future, but it's definitely a contender of a card, Ultimate Rare-wise, to pick up. Unlike some of these other cards I mentioned in the Market Watch, like Yuria, which probably won't see any real play. I mean, collector's value, but playability value, no. Banisher Vans might actually see play, and if it does, well, it's not going to be $13. We know it's not going to be that. It's going to hit some really dumb numbers. Then we have another card, not Ultimate Rare, that'd be too crazy. Vans Rules, Cyberdark Impact, regular rare. Just a regular rare. Do a little regular Market Watch. Market Watch has this card roughly under $8, and then we look over it, it's roughly around $9 to almost near $10 for a rare coming out of Cyberdark Impact. Now, I think Konami needs to reprint this in an OTS pack. That'd be kind of cool. Or they need to get on top of this as fast as possible. But looking at Venice Ruler being so high in value and seeing no play, why would you not sell this card? In fact, let's look at Phosphordyna Pachycephalo. By the way, that's how you say his name. Phosphordyna Pachycephalo. Pachycephalo. Okay. I love this cartoon, by the way. I love it because when it first came out, nobody got it right. If someone got it right because they were into dinosaurs and nobody hung out with that kid, so nobody still knew what this card said. I think I went to the museum. At the time I was living in New York, I went to a museum and they actually had it right there, and that's how I found out how to actually properly say this card's name in a museum. All fancy dancy, like. I just like the name of this card. Say it again with me now. $10.50 market price. And then when you look at Lightning Play Unlimited, it's about $8. But if you want to get a first season Paisano Pachycephalo, you're gonna be looking roughly around $16.50 for this card. It's slowly going up in value. And yeah, there are other versions of this card. There's a super rare, definitely version of this card, an ultra rare, and they're like roughly around $1. But if you want a super rare version of this card, you're gonna really want to go ahead and get it as soon as possible because the value is definitely drying up, coming out of Light of Destruction. All right, next card is Allure of Darkness. Now, TCG Play got really slick, and I'll show you guys in a second why I say that. But look at Allure of Darkness for Ultimate Rare version of this card. By the way, beautiful card, Ultimate Rare. It's roughly $56. Looking at this card right now in the market, unlimited versions are about $43, which is still really nice. I mean, let's be real about this. And for first edition version, it's about $54. Yeah, it's its nearest market price. This card's expensive, and it's good looking, and it's seeing play in Thunder Dragons. Pretty good card. Now, here's what TCG Play does. Let's say you go, oh, I can't buy Ultimate Rare Allure of Darkness. TCG Play's like, all right, you go buy Ultra Rare. By the way, same picture. I'm not sure if you saw the picture. It's literally, so Allure of Darkness Ultra Rare and Allure of Darkness Ultra Rare basically swap pictures. So when you look at Ultra Rare, you just see Ultra Rare picture and go, wow, that looks infinitely better. $15 market price, and for the Ultra Rare versions of Allure of Darkness, it's roughly around $15 for the unlimited. First edition version is going to net you roughly around about $17.50. Realistically speaking, that's how Ultra looks like. That's ulti. I'm in a weird spot personally because I want ulti Allure of Darkness personally, and I know a lot of you guys want it out there as well if you are looking to play Thunder Dragons, but don't get it. I'm not buying it, and the reason is simple. We're having a ban list come up, and if the ban list is going to hit Thunder Dragons, then we go in and buy it. But if Thunder Dragons are hitting the ban list, why would you buy ulti Allure of Darkness? And this is why I'm really cautious about the ban list. I really wish we got our ban list early. Look at that OCG ban list being announced yesterday. Moving forward for October 1st, I wish we got something similar like that as well, because I would love, and I mean love, to know what's going to be on the ban list come next month. And I think a lot of players would, just to get it over and done with. Rip that band-aid off so I can move forward on picking what deck I think is going to be the best deck for the meta. Obviously, same with you guys. And I hope the ban list really changes that. Ban list comes out soon, and we get an expected date for October 1st. Don't think it's going to happen, not holding my breath, but it'd be really cool if it was. Gilgarath, Secret, coming out of Gladiator Sword, holding a $20 market price, is $200. And if you buy those two, hey, guess what? If you buy those two, it becomes $150. Gilgarath. Now, once again, looking back on eBay, looking at Gilgarth, I can't say his name right, it doesn't really matter. You get a French version, by the way, for like $30. Pretty cool, actually. You get a Secret Rare Played version over here for $75. Once again, way lower than its current value. Way higher than its market price, but way lower than current value. But to be honest with you, TCG Player is, eBay is all over the place on these. German playset of this card. Let me see how it looks like. That looks spicy. I will love. Okay, never mind. In German, it's still Gilgarth. That's great. When the name is so weird, even the Germans are like, Gilgarth. I ain't changing that. Anyway, yeah, look at this card on eBay. Once again, it's not a stable market. I could easily do a market watch in which I could show you a regular version and an eBay version. By the time you look at the eBay version, it might not be as stable as the TCG version. I just want to really throw that out there. I have my problems with TCG Player, but this is definitely not one of them. I know I get a couple of comments going, V, I like eBay, and hey, you want to go on eBay? Go ahead. You want to go on Amazon? Go right ahead. But if you want to use TCG Player, make sure to bookmark my promo code in the description down below, and also realize that the most stable market is TCG Player. And if you don't think so, once again, little extra, all other content creators that do market watches do it on TCG Player because it's the most stable, what we have currently. Moving forward, Gemini Summoner. Now, yeah, it came out super rare in Tactical Evolution. It came out super rare as a sneak preview card, which comments all over the place. But if you want a secret rare version of Gemini Summoner, nobody's really looking at this card right now, as far as that version. By the way, secret rare Tactical Evolution. Super rare came out Tactical Evolution as well. This is weird. Anyway, $4 market price on Gemini Summoner. Unlimited versions are about about 4s. First edition versions are about 5s. And there's only on page 1, there's three first edition versions. Looking over at page 2, there's a couple of more, but that's really it. There's not big walls of this card right here. Look at this, 2s and 1s. There's not huge walls of Gemini Summoner. So I don't know. I would definitely recommend if you wanted to grab this card, grab it as soon as possible because there's not many left around, and the card can easily spike up high in value because not many on the market. Secret rare coming out of Tactical Evolution, unless you can find a store that has cases of Tactical Evolution. Gemini Summoner is a pretty good card to get. Moving forward, Black Rose Dragon. So let's talk a little bit about 5Ds collecting. And I don't want to go into it too hard, but I just want to really tap on this for you guys so you get an understanding about 5Ds collecting. Because looking back at GX collecting, those numbers are dumb. Before the collectors really started hitting up GX cards, they were super low in value. I mean, insanely low in value. But now they're all way high in value. Well, we're going to talk about 5Ds collecting. And I'm not even talking about doing a whole market watch about it. Maybe in the future I definitely will, but looking at right now, cards like Black Rose Dragon, Ghost Rare, coming out of 5D's era, obviously, being $68 to $69 on the market. Unlimited played versions are about $55. Now, if you want a first edition version of Black Rose, the prices do get pretty crazy. First edition versions of Black Rose Dragon is going to run you roughly around $800 for lightly played. But if you're a guy who goes, I get unlimited, I'll still make money. Because I think with Ghost Rares, normally I always go first edition Secret Rares or Ultimate Rares or as much as you can. But in this difference, when it's $800, $55, well, I would recommend go for the $55. Because once first edition lightly played is gone, near mint's gone, collectors will still go after those cards. And what would they go after? Lightly played unlimited versions of those cards. So looking at lightly played Black Rose Dragon, it's $55. This card's obviously not going to maintain that price point. It will go higher. In fact, Stardust Dragon is going to do the same exact thing. With a $100 market price, we're looking at Stardust Dragon, and we're going to see it roughly around $80 for a lightly played unlimited, which is once again a very good price point for this card. If you want a first version of Stardust Dragon, it's about $600. See the difference in value? The difference, because that little stamp right there, it really does not make much sense. And for those who hold a Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon first edition, cool. But for those who want to buy into this Ghost Rare hype, the Ghost Rare hype that continues to start growing more and more and more, get unlimited. It doesn't matter. Once first edition is gone, people are going to start looking at your unlimited copies. That's how this works. Scapegoats. So someone hit me up a while ago and said, V, you need to do a token market watch. And as much as I would love to do a token market watch, because I get all giddy, because it's memorabilia, the market watch, realistically speaking, nobody really wants to see a token market watch that I know of. But I will say, if you're looking to get tokens, scapegoat tokens. They vary in price point. You got blue being about 7s. You got orange being around 6s. You got yellow being around like 5s. Red, nobody likes red. Red's like 4. Red's one of my favorite colors, by the way. Actually, I like red and blue. And orange. Don't like yellow. Anyway, look at the scapegoat tokens. They look really good. And if you play Go format and you don't have scapegoat tokens, I don't care if you have Super Rare Metamorphosis. Don't interest me. Where's your scapegoat tokens? Alright, you're not ready. You're not ready. I'm sorry. And if you go, well, actually, it's paid a lot of money. I don't care. You don't have your full deck. This is Deck Lucera. In a made-up format. That used to be a real one. Also, looking at Jama Country from Raging Battle, the rare versions, you want to check out your quarter boxes. The card's roughly around $7 in the market price, and unlimited versions are about 6s. First edition versions, also, you got a couple here roughly around $6 as well for Ojama Country. And Ojama tokens, which are not here. Rip Ojama tokens. But yeah, no, that's the market watch for today, guys. I definitely recommend, if you don't have scapegoat tokens, to go grab these. These are drying up in the market. You got 6 over here, 9 over here, 11 over here, and 8 over here for the scapegoat tokens. And look in your ultimate rares. And before you take ultimate rares and throw them to the side, or you take an ultimate rare and you go, oh, don't need that one, realize that ultimate rare, that crappy ultimate rare, like Ultimate Insect level 7, dollar binder special a couple of years ago, is now $35. And that can happen in almost any ultimate rare in here. If it can happen to this one that nobody cares about, it could definitely happen to other ultimate rares. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Comment down below. Answer the comment question of the day. What ultimate rare card are you hoarding? And you Paisanos have a great day.